3 of this vlog series about medical interviews. If you haven't seen the previous 2 videos, I would suggest having a look at them. They can be handy, and if you haven't seen them, you probably don't know who I am. My name's Aashir, and I'm currently on a gap year and applying for medicine. And I've just finished 2 years of A-levels, and I've had 1 interview so far. I'm still waiting to hear back from that. And I've had 1 rejection from a university, and I'm still waiting to hear back from 2 other universities that I applied to about interview calls. So this video is about my personal experience. My personal experience is, well, about the medical interview specifically. So before I even started applying to medicine, I read around key issues running around in medicine, reading news articles, using the iPhone app. There's an app on the iPhone called News, and you can favorite the medicine section on there. That is quite handy. It gives you a lot of key topics to talk about. If you are asked a question about what's interesting going on in medicine, it gives you a lot of background knowledge that might come in useful. So I read around a lot around that, and it helps that my dad is a doctor, so during my free time, I would talk to him about the structure of the NHS, and he would help me with key issues such as revalidation and the NHS budget crisis, etc., privatisation, a junior doctor contract. It helped. If you have anybody in your family who say is a doctor, if you get, or a medical student, or anyone in a healthcare professional, you may want to talk to them. They can give you a lot of information. And they are really handy for mock interviews, etc. So I got a book after my UK CAT. After I finished my UK CAT, I got this book, and while I was doing my BMAT, etc., I would take out say an hour per day, or not too much time, just to read around. Yeah, this has a lot of background knowledge around medicine, so the history of medicine, the NHS, etc. It really just helped enhance my knowledge about medicine in general, the history of it, and the structure of the NHS, and I was quite confident about it after reading this. But then it comes to the point where you have the questions about the Q&A format questions about the Q&A format. I mean, part of this book where they have questions about the traditional style interview and the MMI questions. You don't want to rehearse them. I certainly didn't do this. It's not a good idea. It's just a prior warning that it's not a good idea rehearsing them. What I did was I thought of my answer beforehand, even looking at the suggestions of each question. I would read the question, and then I would think of my own answer, and then see what I can add from those suggestions to enhance my answer, and then I would add it to the back of my brain, and it'd give me a rough idea and a thought during my interview of what I was going to say. I would use that to construct what I was going to say on the day, not rehearse that answer. You would sound robotic on the day, so it's not a good idea to do that. So that's what I did in my spare time, and I would often, once I felt confident, I would go to my dad or any relative that can do these mock interviews and get them to do a mock interview with me, and they tell me improvements I can make. It was quite good for feedback. Then I got an interview call around 3 weeks before I had my interview. I took the first opportunity to take up an interview course, which was in London. I think they do them a lot in London, Birmingham, Manchester. They are quite handy. They give you a compact, they give you a buttload of information in a single day, and it can be really handy. It's really compact. It's a single day, and they give you a mock interview as well, and it's in an environment which is pretty similar to the actual day. So it's worth looking at, but don't actually book them until you actually get an interview, because you might waste a lot of money. They are quite expensive. If you unfortunately don't get any interviews, then that would be quite a wasteful situation that you'd be in. So I spent a lot of my time looking at what the university was looking for, and specifically what the interview was like. Then I looked at the qualities they had and saw how I can express those qualities, say such as my commitment to do medicine. I would talk about all the things I have done to show my commitment, and such as my gap medics work experience, and bring that in, or anything really. And I looked at all the qualities they were looking for and how I can exhibit them in my own during my interview. So I looked at the questions which were quite relevant to the qualities they were looking for and prepared myself more for those. And just do quite a few mock interviews. You can sit down with yourself and actually talk to yourself in your free time, and once you get a rough guideline of what they are looking for, it can be quite easy to assess yourself. So that's what I did at times when nobody was available to do mock interviews with me. But whenever they were, I took the opportunity to do that. And then before interview day, I tried my best to not stress out. It can be quite easy to stress out about it, but don't stress out, because during the day, when you have your interview, I can tell you that throughout the interview it will be quite stressful. So don't go in there stressed. Go in there happy and confident. It will help reduce your stress levels throughout the interview. If your stress levels are high, you'll tend to forget things. So what I did was I didn't do any preparation before the day or when I got there. I tried to keep myself relaxed and just think about the key issues and the questions I could have possibly asked. Just think about them, not any hardcore, say, cramming. It's like they tell you cramming is a bad idea. Yeah, it's a bad idea. It will stress you out. Yeah, don't do any mock interviews the day before either. That will stress you out a lot, because if you make mistakes, then that is going to probably hinder your performance on that day. So I went in and my interview was around 20 minutes. I stayed confident throughout. I would say posture is quite important. It shows that you're confident. You want to keep upright. You want to, obviously, if you watch my previous videos, I told you what I wore, etc. Came in a professional manner. Also, as for, I hear quite a lot of people asking, should we shake hands? Yes, definitely, you can shake hands with the interviewers. And smile every so often, keep a light face, show that you're not stressed, even though maybe you might be. But do your best, be confident and believe in yourself, be optimistic on the day. That's what I did. Then once the interview is done, don't try to think about it too much. It's been done, you don't have to dwell on it. It's best just to think optimistic and hope for the best. And well, I wish you guys luck if you do have an interview and you are going towards that. So anyways, thanks for watching the video. This was the part 3, and if you want to watch the part 4 of this vlog series, then feel free to do so. It should be in the playlist. If you have any questions or comments to leave, or any feedback, then please do leave a comment below. If you like this video, then please do leave a like, and if you found this useful, subscribing would help a lot. And well, thanks for watching again, guys.